Today I have the most trending sneakers that's going to be releasing this week, and I'm going to help you guys get all the information that you need, how to cop them, their resale value, where to find them, everything that you literally need to know is going to be in this video. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Obviously you can see we got fan favorites like the Bread 4s, KD 4s, Chinese New Year's, man. It's going to be crazy. It's All-Star Weekend. So a lot of these brands, they love to drop all the heat during All-Star Weekend because there's just a lot of hype during it. You know, taxes are coming in, so people got a lot of bread. Super Bowl just ended. There's just a lot of factors going on. On top of the fact, we have Valentine's Day as well, so obviously there's going to be some Valentine's themed shoes, and a lot of people are going to be wanting to match with their significant other. So in a lot of these, like the Bread 4s, are going to be coming in full family sizing. So let's just see what they got for us today. So starting on February 12th, we have the Nike SB Vertebrae Black Gum, retailing for $85. Now I do think that this is a new model. I've never seen or really heard anything about the Vertebrae. However, I'm not a big fan of the skateboarding line, outside of obviously like the dunks and everything like that. So I'm not tapped in with the skater community. So if you are tapped in with the skater community, let me know how y'all be feeling about these. Me personally, again, it's not my style, but I can appreciate some of the stuff. Like I like this like gridded web right here. I think that's a really cool design. And then you know, black and gum bottom, can't really go wrong with that ever. So next we have, and you'll just find them at your local skate shop. Honestly, I don't think they're going to be selling out no time soon. Next we got the Nike SB Vertebrae Persian Violet Light Lemon Twist. So again, this is just another colorway of them. So just go to your local skate shop for them. I like that black and gum bottom version better than this one. I'm not going to lie. This one doesn't really do it for me. If I had to pick one out of the two, I'd probably pick that black one. Next, on February 13th, we have the Nike Air Force 1 Low Layers of Love, retailing for $125. As you can see, it kind of trickles down from this like dark brown to burgundy to red. And me personally, there was a SB Dunk that recently just came out, and I think it was called City of Love. But it was an SB Dunk, and instead of having this red right here, it just kind of had these two tones of colors across the whole entire shoe. And I think they did a better job executing it. And instead of having the red, they just turned it into having an extra set of red laces, which I think will offset the shoe just perfectly. I think this right here is kind of doing too much. But if you're interested in this Air Force, you can just go to your local mall and you should be able to get them. Now, if you want that Dunk, make sure to comment on this video and I'll reply to you guys and helping you find that shoe to retail as much as I can possible. And then if not, you can always come to my Instagram and you can come shop with me because I'm gonna have all these shoes. So next we got the Nike Blazer Mid 77 Layers of Love, retailing for $110. Now this is actually a really good colorway for the Blazers. Typically I just see them in the white and the black. And I know that they were like trending for a while. It's a really good gym shoe. But yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a red blazer like this, and I think it's really cool. So I think people are going to really want this. I think these will sell out quick. So don't be surprised if you can't find them if you wait a couple of days, weeks, etc., etc. But you know, they're not going to have any resale value. Me personally, I don't wear Converse Blazers because they fit like Converse. They're super flat foot, and I wear a 13 or 14, so this area right here just looks terrible on my foot. Blazers are just not for big footed people, man. Next we have the Nike Air Zoom GT Cut 3 Air Zoom Flight 5. Now this is another pack where they're basically trying to combine two different models. So they're combining the GT Cut with the Zoom Flight 5s. It's retailing for $200, but you can see how it's like, it looks like just like a whole bunch of like shoes from different pieces put together. Because that's exactly what it is. It's just fusing two different models, and I don't think anybody's gonna really like it. I think the GT Cut hype died down after the first GT Cut when they transitioned to the second one. And yeah, once they also revived the Kobe line as well, there wasn't really no need for the GT Cuts, because when I was selling to the Hoopers, a lot of them were saying, yeah, this is basically just like our next best thing to the Kobe's, and since they have Kobe's again, I don't think really nobody wants them. So next we have the Nike Air Zoom GT Jump 2 All-Star Weekend Foamposite Max, retailing for $190, and this is a whole lot of something, man. This looks like a LeBron mixed with like acronym Presto, and then it has the React Sole with this like huge bubble type of, I don't know, man. This is just a whole lot of everything. I don't think anybody really wants this at all. They're experimenting at this point. Next, we have the Nike Air Zoom GT Hustle 2 All-Star Weekend, more up-tempo, retailing for $180. And again, this is just two models. It's the GTs plus up-tempos, as you can see with the bubbling leather. Again, I don't think nobody's going to really like these fusions. I think Nike's just experimenting, trying stuff. Except for that one old head. I'm not going to lie. Old heads go crazy for the up-tempos. So if you see Unk in line looking for these, don't be surprised, man. It's always going to be Unk. It's always going to be Unk, man. I think he's the only one going to be wearing these. I'm not wearing them. Next, we have the Nike ACG Air Explorate Ash Green, retailing for $140. And I've never been really a fan of the ACG line, and that's like basically like the mountaineering, hiking version of Nike, or like they're not that line of Nike. And I just think they don't really do a good job of like, I don't really know what their like goal is for it. I don't know if they're trying to make it like look good, but I think they just look too much like its core piece, and that is just like a hiking shoe. Same thing with like Salmons. That's why I hate when they're trying to like bring them into the sneaker culture, because they don't look like fashionable. And it was crazy because I made a video about it explaining how there was only one that I liked, and it was Rihanna wore it. And I just realized not too long ago that they were actually a Mason Margiela collab, so that's probably why they look more on the fashion side. Next, we have on Valentine's Day, we have the Nike Air Force 1 Low Chinese New Year women's exclusive, retailing for $365. And I know what you might say, that that's a high retail, but I go into super high detail on that shoe on why that retail is adjustable. So I did a whole video on this explaining, and this picture right here does not do the shoe any justice at all. If you look on those in-hand pictures in my video, you can see that there's just so many details going on, and it's actually like really good. The quality is good, the material is good, and I think it's honestly worth it. Also, this is a China exclusive, but in that video I give you tips and tricks to have 100% guarantee to be able to try and purchase them. So if you're really interested in that and you live in the States, which most of you guys do, you guys can just go check out that video and it'll give you the tools so you can try and cop this. Also, the resale value is going to be insane. I predicted it to be around $700 to $900. Again, I go into real depth into the video explaining all of that. So moving on, we have the Air Jordan 1 Retro High OG Metallic Gold in women's exclusive, retailing for $180 women's, $85 preschool, $70 for toddlers. Now this colorway is actually like super amazing. My mom saw them, she liked them, she wanted them. She's not gonna get them though, but you know, it's nice to know that she wants a new shoe. But there was like a low top version of this that came out in maybe like 2020, and it sold really good. And so I know this shoe in 2020 would have did super good. However, when 2024, and I don't know, and I think I say this on almost every video, I don't know what Nike and Jordan's obsession is with Jordan 1s, but they need to put it into a vault. The kids that are in like elementary school, high school, once they start having kids and they're like teenagers, that's when they can go ahead and bring that back out, because I don't want to see another Jordan 1 again. I think they just beat it to the ground. I don't know how many other versions that they can come out with. It's just insane at this point. And also, we're in a era where it's like not a lot of people are trying to spend their money on shoes. So if you have a cheaper alternative like the Dunks, which are just being oversaturated at this point, which are basically taking over the Jordan 1, you can get 2 Dunks for the price of 1 Air Jordan 1. So it only makes sense. So they're not going to sell good. Every shoe in the metallic series doesn't really sell good. The last metallics that came out, I think, and specifically Air Jordan 1, not like the 4s or anything. But the last ones I purchased was the metallic purples. And I only bought them because the ones that came out like 10 years ago, those skyrocketed, and I thought these would do the same. And they didn't. And I've bought 3 pairs, I've only sold 1. And yeah, I've had them for a couple of years now. So it's actually really embarrassing. So don't buy those for resale. But you can find these at your local Foot Locker. You shouldn't have any issue buying them. Next, we have on February 15th the Nike KD4 Galaxy, and I'm not gonna lie, they're gonna be super hard to get. They're extremely hard to get, and I'm gonna tell you why. Retail is $130. They just put on the reservations for the Foot Locker app, where you can get them, and I think the only Foot Locker is in that Indiana location for the All-Star Weekend, because there was none in my city. And then I usually put like a Chicago flagship store that gets literally everything. They get Travis, they get Off-Whites, everything, and even they weren't on there, so it's gonna be pretty hard. And it's also in-store only, so it's not from what the app said. I don't really know if that's just like for no ship to me option, or if they're gonna release them online. I'm pretty sure they're gonna release them online. I wouldn't see why they wouldn't, but if it is, it's gonna be extremely low stock. So only place you can really get them is like your tier 0, tier 1 stores in your city, if you even have them. And then also my Shoe Palace is getting them as well, so you might want to check in to your local Shoe Palace and see if they're getting them. Next we have the Nike Air Max Plus Drift Light Smoke Gray, retailing for $185. The colorway, I really like it. I like the transition from the red to the orange to the blue. Air Max Pluses, they really sell a lot. You know, just having experience working at Champs, Air Max Pluses was one of our like main sellers. And so something like with a unique colorway like this that's not really seen too much, they do really good. So again, just go to your local mall, you should be able to find them. Next we have the Adidas Crazy 8 1998 All-Star Game, retailing for $140 men's. And these aren't gonna do anything. And the reason I say that is because when the Adidas Kobe's came out, the yellow one, the Sunshines, I thought those were going to do extremely well, and they actually went on sale. So I don't think if the Kobe's can't do it, I know for a fact the Crazy 8s aren't going to be able to do it. You know, nostalgic and retro and vintage can only take you so far. Next we have the Nike Air Max Plus Drift Black Volt, retailing for $185. Again, another cool colorway. It gives me Paranorman vibes. I really want that shoe. However, I would never touch it in my life. Hopefully I do, but shit. You know, chances are slim. But these are cool. These are cool. Again, you can find them at your local mall. Shouldn't be too hard to get. Next we have the Adidas Mad Infinity Core Black, retailing for $180. Now I'm not gonna lie. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Hear me out. Somebody sent these to me like a week ago, and when I first saw them, I was like, nah, you tripping, da da da. Then I saw another picture, and I'm like, hold on, y'all might be on to something. I just like this like real unique shape that it has to it. I think it could be super different. I think it has potential to be like a next fashion trend or like a fashion item. I really do think it has the potential. I'm gonna play the hypebeast role and kind of wait till I see like other people with it and kind of gauge my interest on it. I know that's kind of bad, but unless I just see it in store, then I'll just buy it and probably just do a review on it, to be honest. But I kind of want to see how it goes. But the resale on that's gonna kind of fluctuate on the hype behind it, like. But the thing is with like those fashion item pieces, like you can never really gauge it because they never like take off. Usually like when they drop, it's like it goes down the line and then people come back to it and it just skyrockets out of nowhere. So that's going to be one of these. Next we have the Future Laboratories collab with Salib Benberry Crocs Pollux Clog, retailing for $95. Now I love my foam runners. I would never cheat on them, but this colorway is absolutely insane. Is what's that stuff called? The Northern Lights. I think that's what it is. This reminds me of the Northern Lights. And yeah, this is super crazy. I know his stuff usually be very limited, and I can expect this one to be limited as well, since it's a collab on top of a collab. But the good thing is, even though he only releases it on his website, he does do a good job of like bot prevention. So you kind of have a fair chance of trying to get them. Next we have the Nike Air Max Plus Drift Black Bright Crimson, retailing for $185. Again, I like this colorway. It kind of reminds me of you know, Raptor vibes. You know, you get that boy Vince Carter jersey, he not gonna know how to act with these. So you know, these are definitely gonna sell too, man. Get that Vince Carter jersey, get that Kawhi jersey, Kyle Lowry, all of them. Or it's like if you ever played Minecraft, if you built a little Ender portal when you go in the little realm. It looks like that, so I think these are pretty cool. Next you have the Nike Air Max Plus Drift Phantom Cacao Wow, retailing for $185. Whoa. Not gonna lie, this is my favorite of all the ones that they showed me of the Air Max Pluses. This transitioning of coloring is better than the first one. I like this brown to cream to blue, and also I feel like a lot of when people can execute like that light, like grayish blue on like a cream or brown color, I think that always does really good. So even though you can get all of those at your local mall, you might want to, you know what I'm saying, go a little bit early for these, man. These These might sell out real quick, man. This is gonna be a sleeper for real. Those are tough. Next, we have the Jordan Luka 2 All-Stars retailing for $130 men's, $100 grade school. This actually looks really good. Looks like real futuristic vibes. It's like a retro game that I can't even think of the name of it. It's like on the tip of my tongue, but it reminds me of that. I think Luka shoes always come out really good. I just think people just kind of like are really stuck in that mindset of like only Jordans that are good are like 1 through 14. But like when it comes to basketball, like 31s and stuff like that, those are like super good, and performance-wise they're good for the court. Now if you're wearing them for casual wear, I can't speak on you, but for basketball, man, they're tough, man. Y'all sleep on them. So this All-Star pack, you can find them at your House of Hoops and stuff like that. I don't think they're gonna make them too limited. Next, on February 16th, we have the Reebok Question Mid Red Toe retailing for $170. I think this is recently already came out in the recent years. I know they were out when I was at Champs and they went on sale, so I could only imagine the same thing. But I think they're just re-releasing them because Allen Iverson and Shaq, they took over Reebok, so they're just kind of putting their stuff out there. So next we have the Cheetahs and Puma. Cheetahs collab with Puma Scoot Zero, retailing for $110. I don't think this will do okay. This will do okay. I just think it's too early for Scoot to have a shoe in to begin with. He's not performing that well, and then his competitors like Wemby and Chet, they're doing significantly better than him, and they're taking all of the spotlight. So it really doesn't make sense for him to have a shoe, and I don't think his fan base is that big for it to do that good. However, LaMelo is keeping like the Puma line alive with like all of his crazy colors, and I think this is like another colorway that could be categorized in that crazy, you know what I'm saying, category. So I think there will definitely be some people trying to pick them up, but I don't think it'll be too hard, and I don't think it'll have resale value. Next, we have the Nike Zoom Freak 5 All-Star Weekend Thanks for Sharing, retailing for $140. And then on the side it says, Giannis, thanks for sharing. So that's his brother. I don't know what is the other half. Are they just, I don't know. Like, is just be half red, half white? Like, I just don't think this is a good colorway. I don't think, like, Giannis has made so much better stuff than this, so this is kind of like really disappointing in my eyes, to be honest. Next, we have the Nike KD 16 All-Star retailing for $160. And it's crazy because it's kind of hard to gauge KD 16s now outside of like Aunt Pearls, because I did a video on the Miss Wandas and the Bad, and they were both hyped up, but then they ended up going on sale, and it was crazy. Like it really didn't make sense to me. But this look right here, this looks like a mix of the Miss Wanda. This is the same colorway. Then this could be like the Bad, and then this is the Aunt Pearl, and then maybe this is just like unique colorway to this, or this another colorway that is representing that I'm not really sure of. But this for sure Miss Wanda and Bad, and this could be like Aunt Pearl. But yeah, it's kind of super hard to gauge because the KD 16 is a well-performing shoe, is really popular. But I do know a lot of the hoopers like that crazy colorway, so I'm just gonna go ahead and say that it's not gonna be hard to get. But again, just be like cautious, because it might, you know what I'm saying, it could go either way, to be honest. Next, we have the Air Jordan 1 Low Phantom, and also all these All-Star packs, they're going to be released at your local Foot Lockers. They're not going to make these super limited like how they were doing it before. Next, we have the Air Jordan 1 Low Phantom Denim Women's Exclusive, retailing for $115. Like I said before, go ahead, lock the Jordan 1s up. We don't want them. We don't want the lows. We don't want the mids. We don't want the highs. And then the denim is just super hard to match. So I don't think too many people are going to be going for these at all. Like these are just going to sit. Next, we have the Air Jordan 1 Low Golf USA, retailing for $150. And I ain't gonna lie, them golf shoes, man, a lot of people be loving them golf shoes. I like this colorway, you know, very patriotic. I think the demographic that golfs, I think they're also gonna like the patriotic vibe to it. So yeah, I think you can only get these on sneakers and like Nike website and like certain like sporting goods shops. But don't sleep on them golf shoes, man. A lot of the OGs be having like a lot of resale value. Even though this is an OG because this is blue instead of black because it's USA. So, but yeah, good golf shoe to have. Next, on February 17th, we have the Air Jordan 4 Retro Bred Reimagined, retailing for 215 men, 180 grade school. I'm sorry, 160 grade school, 100 preschool, and 85 toddler. I did literally a whole video on this. I go into depth about everything. I even bring out my 2019 pair. I compare it to that. I talk about resale. I talk about where you can get it from. So if you can, please show some love and go ahead and check out that video. It literally has everything that you need to know. And if you want a pair, again, comment in the comment section. I'll try and help you get one for retail. If not, go ahead, check out my Instagram. You can come shop with me. But long story short, I like the leather version better than the suede. However, I already have the suede, and I don't think I liked it that much to buy another pair. So I passed on them. Well, I will pass on them. Next, we have the Nike Dunk Low Waffle, retailing for $125. And actually, I really like this. I like the little waffle concept. I like the different shades of brown. I'm pretty sure this is going to be like a different material from what it looks like. I saw these on the reservation apps for Foot Locker as well, so it wouldn't be too much hard of a grab. Again, they're just oversaturating Dunks at this point. So even like the crazy cooler colorways from Dunks, they're going to be still easier to get because I think everybody's just kind of like burnt out. Funds are low, and you know, this is a lot of Dunks out there at this point. Next, we have the Nike Book 1 Mirage V1 Light Orwood Brown, retailing for $150. And actually, guys, please let me know if you guys want me to do an unboxing on this video, because me personally, I don't like this colorway. I only like the orange one, but he numbered them and, you know, made them super limited. But this is the first one basically being released to the public, so it's kind of good to just gauge it. It might do good later down the road just because it is the first one of it, and if he decides to make better colorways and people starting to like it more, I think it will increase this one's value. But as of right now, the hate on the internet is real for these, and I can see it. I don't like this colorway. One of my homies that hoops professionally, he said he likes it, and he shared his opinion about it, so it's kind of just interesting to see the different viewpoints. But me personally, I didn't like it, but if you guys want, I can do an unboxing video and we can both see them in person. So next, we have the Porsche Puma, retailing for $140. The LaMelo hype kind of went down after his the first Rick and Morty. It was kind of surprising to see the other Rick and Mortys and all the like cool colorways that he came out kind of sit, because the hype when they first came out was crazy. So don't think that'll be too crazy for it just because it's like a Porsche collab. I think you should be able to get them again at your Foot Lockers and stuff like that. So and that's everything. So this is just a recap of everything that we just talked over. So while we go down, just recapping, just let me know in the comments which one was your favorite, which one do you look forward to the most dropping this week. If you plan on copying any, please let me know. And also let me know which one you didn't like the most, or which, like, just what y'all thoughts about some of these shoes, man. Because my favorite is probably this one, to be honest. I really like those. So let me know which ones are y'all favorite. And with that being said, I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.